Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion, and I'm joined by Kaden,
What's up?
Lillian,
So
and Oronde.
What's poppin'?
And today we are back. Talk about some football, man. Week 2, we are 2 weeks into the football season already. And we've seen a lot of interesting things. But today we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers. Starting the season off 0-2. Struggled against Atlanta. Struggled against New Orleans on Monday Night Football. What do y'all think the problem is for Carolina right now?
It's
it's the
Carolina.
entire roster, honestly.
Just young.
I mean, Bryce Young is not in a position to succeed.
And he hurt his ankle. He missed
And
practice
he hurt his
today.
ankle. The receivers can't get separation.
Old.
The running backs don't have a line to run behind. It's all around bad for
Bryce
Carolina.
Young was lining up behind the guard instead of
Guard.
the center too.
That was weird.
It happens though. I can't say I haven't done it before in my short football career before I hurt myself, but that's besides the point. It's just pain and despair to be a Panthers fan.
Yeah.
I'll say y'all aren't the worst looking team I've ever seen play football. It's not
Yeah, the
sloppiest.
Chicago Bears exist.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Y'all have a
Amen.
defense at least.
Exactly.
Isn't Horn out for the season?
He's
No.
on
I think it's the season.
Shaq might be out for the season, though.
4 weeks. He's on.
Yeah,
IR.
Shaq
4
is
weeks,
probably out for the season.
Yeah.
Shaq's out
Shaq
for a minute.
broke his
This is
tibia.
just sad.
So here's the thing.
This is just sad.
I went to the Saints Panthers game week 2, and like watching it in person, and I'm not gonna blame. I'm not everybody. Y'all just blamed. I'm not blaming them at all. Obviously, there's some blame on them, but I'm not gonna blame them. I'm blaming the coaching. Their offensive playbook is so conservative. It's so like predictable. It's so like flat, and it's like Bryce, like realistically, like he should be throwing the ball 30 times a game. Realistically, when he does throw the ball, it's 10, 15, max 20 yards, and it's like that's not how he played in Alabama. So why are you trying to play them like that here? And also, I would say like watching that game, it's like there were probably 5 passes that he threw that were like what are you doing? 5. But like you heard the crowd and you heard all the fans like booing the coaching because it was the same thing. Run, pass, run, pass, run, pass, run. And it's like, let this kid get unlocked. Let him do what he got drafted to do. And it's like for me, it's like it's their play calling, it's their playbook, it's just too conservative. It's too closed. It's too like button.
It's
not
crazy.
It's not
how
good.
they were able to get arguably the most NFL ready quarterback and then not give him an NFL playbook. Bro played
100%.
with one of my favorite all-time offensive coordinators, Bill O'Brien, and exceeded and had deep threat talents. Like you have Jonathan Mingo, use him. You have one of the best red zone wide receivers, statistically speaking, in Adam Thielen, and he's not getting red zone looks. What are we doing?
I'll say this problem's been following Frank Reich since the early on in the Colts. Like his playbooks has always been very boring, bland, kind of like you said, conservative. Like he got kind of by for a while having Marlon Mack for a season and then Jonathan Taylor. So right now it's just also they should probably look into turning over play calling into the new offensive coordinator they hired from the Rams. Like it doesn't make any sense to have such a young guy that's a bright mind. Like what every other NFL team's looking for is somebody who's young, offensive minded, and bright.
And he sat behind a really good head coach and your boy. Why can't I remember his name?
McVay.
Yeah, Sean McVay. And I've been saying it for years. Sean McVay is one of the brightest head coaches in the league right now, and he's very young, and he's doing it really well. But it's like, what are we doing? It's like, why? I understand the frustration. The Carolina Panthers will start 0-4 this season because there's nothing there. There's no bright spots, and it's just flat and lackluster. And I was just like, I'm a Saints fan. I'm happy we won, but like, you almost feel bad for Bryce Young in that offense because it's like, and Hayden Hurst, like they used him in the 4th quarter. That was it. And it's like, put him in a tight end set, and have a play designed for him. But it was pathetic watching. It truly
It's
was
kind of,
a joke.
you know, I just thought about it a little bit, and I was thinking about quarterbacks and situations around the league, and Bryce Young and his inability, or I'd say the lack of ability, or just I don't know, creativeness in the play calling, compared to Mac having 300 yards a game so far this season. You know, dicing it up, but they're only giving him short throws and screen passes outside of going over the middle. And I'm like, you seen, like, again, another Bama quarterback who was great with the deep threats. They're not using him. They're not giving him a chance to, I don't know, make complicated passes or anything.
Yeah.
And also a questionable line. It's just similar situations, but one just happens to do a little bit better than the other, but both teams are still losing. And close games at that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most impressive things about Bryce Young at Alabama was his ability to make the difficult throws. And it's like they're trying to oversimplify the offense for him
100%.
because he's a rookie. He knows
100%.
Why not throw him to the wolves like they did Justin Herbert?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't remember. I might have been Kaden, but I think one of y'all said that, like, you said something about how, I don't remember what it was. It's gone, but it was something along the lines of, like, it's something that, like, dealt with the simplifying the offense, and it's like, no, quarterback readiness. Like, he's probably one of the most NFL ready quarterbacks on draft night ever. And we see, like, they won't even allow him to do that. They won't even allow him to showcase what got him to this point.
Give him an RPO play sheet, and he'll go for 3 touchdowns out of 5 drives.
Not only was he the most NFL ready quarterback in the draft, he was NFL ready coming out of high school. He already had the Russell Wilson comps. Like, he played at Mater Dei. Like,
Mater Dei is so unbelievably good.
And I think he started as a freshman, California. Matt Leinart, Mac Barkley. There's some other quarterbacks that came out of there, but they're just known for, like, breeding. I think the Amon St. Ron went there too. Like, yeah. So they're known for breeding college talent, NFL talent. And you said 0-4 for the Panthers to start. I am looking at their schedule right now, and they, after the Seahawks game, they got the Vikings, then the Lions, then the Dolphins. That's
it's going to be a rough 7 weeks. I mean, but truly though, like, even if they did open that play sheet up, they couldn't beat any of those teams anyway. I mean, they're just not at a point to beat those teams. I mean, do they? God forbid they start off this bad and they sack Frank Reich.
Yo, I just pulled up Bryce's Mater Dei stats. His 2019-2020 campaign, 4,500 yards, 58 touchdowns, an average of 350 yards a game, and 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
Dude threw for 13,000 yards in high school.
They won't let him
150 touchdowns to 21 interceptions.
People don't remember, but there was a conversation about Mac Jones not even getting the chance to start because how good Bryce Young was coming in to Alabama.
Yeah.
He played varsity as a freshman.
Yeah, he was the first quarterback in, like, almost 20 years there to do that.
And he threw 70% 3 years straight. This dude is insane. And yet they won't let him get a real playbook. Are you kidding me? I can't imagine how frustrating it is to be a fan of this team and just them being shit.
Listen, being in their fan base this week, it was brutal.
Oh no, I sent Davion a story because my friend posts Marvin's room every time they lose, and it happened again.
Happy. It was an awful night. Like, it was pretty bad. But
on this offensive side of the ball, what can you really do? Adam Thielen's your number one. You're lining up DJ Shark.
I mean, but the way they used Thielen was almost like there was a couple times with Thielen, like, they could have used Adam Thielen as a, like, Cooper Kupp for the Rams to perfection, and he can do that job.
You can say that, but why are we not, like, you got Chenault, you got Mingo, you got Terrace Marshall.
Hurst.
Where are these guys that you traded for or drafted? Like, I get you got the vets and but, like, this is not a team where you're going to compete for a playoff push even this early in the season. It's pretty clear. Might as well get some of these young guys and get them like some experience. Like Mingo had a drop in that Saints game that he shouldn't have dropped. But that comes with just experience and how fast the
And
game goes in
also,
the NFL.
Thielen's supposed to be that the leader of the locker room, right? How I'm still upset about his red zone usage because when he was with the Vikings, 88% of his targets were catches in the red zone. And that's top 25 among receivers easily. I think he's 15th actually. But regardless, is like you have a dude who's probably going to catch it, most likely going to catch it if you throw it his way in the red zone and y'all don't use him. You're not going to scheme up something for him to get free, maybe a drag, maybe a post corner concept because he's really good at that. It's not like he's a bad route runner.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well,
And
I
then
mean,
Mingo, maybe a bubble screen, something to get him at least some running room. He's great in the open field. I think he was. I don't even remember because it's Ole Miss, but he is a freak athlete. Let him be athletic.
yeah, well, I mean, and I know it was his first game week 2, but like they have DJ Shark, who's one of the best deep threat receivers in the league. And they don't
They
use
not
him.
go, yeah, they don't go deep at all. Paul.
Like it's
I
just
love
you gotta
Frank,
take a shot.
but he needs to take the limiter off. I know
Yeah.
he wants to kind of, I don't know, ease him in for some reason, but he needs to take the limiter off. We need to just start throwing bombs. Fuck it. Mingo's down there somewhere. Chark's down there somewhere.
I mean,
You have-
I think one of the biggest things for Reich is like this is his first year coaching a rookie.
Is
Like,
it really?
When he was the OC in LA, he had Philip Rivers, and then he went to Philly where he had Nick Foles and Carson Wentz, and then
And
he
then
was
he
in
went to
Indianapolis where he
Indianapolis.
had Luck his first year, and then he got Philip Rivers again,
Yeah.
and then Carson Wentz and Matt Ryan.
and Brissett.
Like he's never
Shout
had
out
a rookie
Brissett.
quarterback before,
But
and he
also,
looks lost with a rookie.
it doesn't make any sense to limit it because the reason for getting Frank Reich, he played quarterback.
Mhm.
He was their inaugural quarterback for the
Yes.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Then you grab Josh McCown, who's played he's played everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
He's my favorite
every
backup.
scheme. He knows playbooks. He's been a mentor for plethora of guys. And then you get Andy Dalton, who's been there for now Justin Fields, and probably last year looks way better than Justin Fields this year. And you just got to think, why do we have all this quarterback experience and we're going to limit this guy? I guess you could say to build confidence, not hurt his confidence, but you got to let him fly.
Mm-hmm.
He can't be confident if he doesn't produce, and he
Yeah.
can't produce if he doesn't get any chances.
And he will never be confident when he gets booed at home.
Yeah.
Ever.
At least it's not like Philly. Philly blues everybody at home.
But Philly's a different city. Charlotte's becoming like a toxic Philly. Philly's already toxic. Charlotte's just like, all right, we want to join. But
you're doing bad when the IPA bros are booing you.
on that note, we're gonna sign out for the day. Panthers fans, let us know how you feel about Bryce and what he's doing. Oronde, Lillian, Kaden, thank y'all for joining. Oronde, thank you so much for that. That was very, very much so true and real, and I appreciate it. I have been your host, Davion. This has been the post game. Peace.
Peace.